All right, so here we got Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour. As you can see, we're still in this range. Moving averages are converging and diverging with each other right now. You want to watch taking these moving average signals when you're in a range, or these moving average signals when you're in a range, because you'll get faked out quite a bit. But right now, our we are below all the major moving averages. So if we break this last low, this last wick low, we're probably going to come back down to the bottom of this range at about 19.8. We are in the bearish control zone below that signal line. Looks like we could be trying to work our way back up. So we'll find out. There's going to be some big resistance at the signal line and the top of the bearish control zone. Your MACD, fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is increasing as your BBWP expands. So your vol is expanding as the price action is going down. Okay, so basically the bullish case is that we get back above all major moving averages on the 1 hour, including the 100, which is at this last top. So if we can clear this last high, come up to the top of this range at 21,650. Basically, and that would also imply that we break that resistance at the signal line and the top of the bearish control zone. Also recrossing this MACD line across the signal line to the upside, printing some dark green bars on the histogram. Bearish case is that basically we break this last low at basically 2,500. Yeah, if we break 2,500, we're probably going to come back down to 19.8 at the bottom of the range. That would also imply us breaking this last low on the RSI and heading deeper into the bearish control zone. Also, we did get rejected from the zero line. So that can either be a temporary bad thing or a bad thing, I mean, you got strong resistance at the zero line, so it's not uncommon for you to either get rejected or find support from it on the first try. But we'll see, because I mean, right now I'm kind of neutral. It all depends on whether we break this last low and go back down to the bottom of the range, or if we break this last high and go to the top of the range. And then we'll come back to it whenever we do break one of these ranges, one of the sides of this range. That's going to dictate a lot of what's going to happen. Let's move on to Ethereum real quick. Ethereum, pretty similar story, besides that we're being held up by the 200. And we're trying to actually, well, looks like we could be heading down lower. We are far below that signal line. MACD, fresh cross at the zero line at the same time as the signal line. BBWP is above the moving average, so your vol is starting to expand. I would expect the volatility to start to pick up. Honestly, this looks more bearish than bullish. Bullish case is that we break this last high. If we can break this last high at 1236, 1237 region, I think we come all the way up to 1500. At least 1400. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a more precise box in here, because I think 1400 is going to be a big level of resistance. So I'm going to go with 1400 to 1450. That would be the level I'd be looking at. If we break the 200, I think we come all the way back down to the POC, point of control, and the VPVR, and the top of this, basically in this purple region at 1077 regions, somewhere in between here. We'll find support on each one of these levels on the VPVR, especially at 1100. But honestly, I think we would come back down to the prior lows. And I'm actually going to move this box up, because it seems like that is our range highs. So yeah, break the range high, come up to 14, break this 200, come down to the bottom, probably somewhere around 1077. Let's move on to Solana. All right, so Solana is getting kind of beat down right now. It's basically just rolling over. Solana doesn't look good, basically. We could not get back above this diagonal trend line. Did get rejected again. Long story short, I do think we're going lower. I think the next, basically we're right at the breaking point right now, and we're deep in the bearish control zone. MACD's below the 0 line, fresh cross to the downside, negative momentum is increasing sharply. As your BBWP is above that moving average pretty well, pretty highly, and your vol is expanding. So basically, if you break this, if you close below this purple region on a closure, which we could be trying to do in the next 15 minutes, I think you come all the way back down to 34.50 around this last low. And honestly, I don't think it would stop there. I think you come all the way back down to 31.50 and the VPVR point of control POC line level. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. Bullish case, which is highly unlikely, is that us getting back above $40 and breaking this level. If we do, I think we would come all the way up to 45 very fast, probably even higher. So a lot of this is going to dictate, well, I mean, a lot's going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin can't bounce back from here quickly, Solana's probably going to roll over and come down to the 34.50 mark pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe to the channel. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.